Oh, right. Just for shits and giggles here. Let me see the comments here. Well, that is a very lazy and cheap comment. Nothing that I can say or complain that is really of any real merit or anything that I can really have a conversation or sink my teeth into or have a. Well, this evidently isn't even designed by this particular person here to invoke any kind of a real conversation. It's just a comment and run thing. But my thing is about an example why I show people this and the certain things I preach, and I have to have a visual example of what I preach here. This doesn't constitute no butthurt or anything on my part, right? Or anything. My issue with something like this is, yeah, they're entitled to do a cheap comment and run, and it's their opinion that something is an awful take. To be fair, I would call something an awful take too, but my way, and well, the difference between somebody like this dude here and then my way of saying something is an awful take in real life would be if I next to him say maybe I'm my partner or anybody else and overtalk me myself, I would overtalk somebody too much. Why something is an overtake? I have a tendency of maybe over talking in a sense where this person would like awful take. They give you little or no information, right? And okay, why is it an awful take? What belief system do you subscribe to? By what authority or whose authority do you say this? Is there a manifesto that I can look at on your profile or web page? Is it a communist leader, a preacher? Is it a religion? Is it an anti-religion cult? Neo-communist religion, neo-Satanist religion, or some kind of splinter cult group? Is it is this person a person that has no answer for anything, and they're not, when they say something is an awful take, they don't tell you why. They're not denying anything I'm saying is any truth or merit. They're not admitting to or acknowledging anything either. They have nothing. Maybe they might have something. If they do have something, they're just doing that and run. They're too busy with their own shit, which happens too. I myself am like that too. But when you go on here and say awful take and somebody reads it, I take it that you don't know any of your real belief system, and maybe they do, or maybe they're a social chameleon on damn poser on damn line, and they don't want to risk saying any particular thing, even as a troll, like using a name that all their friends know, because what if they say a particular belief that is not mine? Even if any belief they say is definitely not mine, and make sure it's not against all my beliefs, they might offend 3 or 4 types of their little friends that they're deceiving, you know what I mean? Or they're maybe on their internet trying to get laid, you know. They hang with people of a variety of beliefs, right? And act like they're try to hide behind a nonchalant tolerance stance to blur the fact that they're posers, while the rest of us will go through that stance, a similar stance out there in real life, just so we don't get in a big fucking ass argument with people, which I can see that too. But in something like this, whether over here in real life, what does that tell me? Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion, but I'm one of those that just like to throw a little things like at people's way, you know what I mean? It's like one of them things that you ignore, but the only reason I show people this is it may be too much information for some people that to tell people, okay, you can say that, but don't fucking think I'm born yesterday. You know what I mean? And then you want to look on the channel, see if they have anything they subscribe to, or what they listen to, or any information you look for to shape what they are, or what they pretend to be. Well, and that's the nature of what I do here. You know what I mean? I'll talk between the lines and in parentheses, because I know even if he says this is not an awful take, and I talk about a certain thing that'll be an awful take, to be fair, but to be, what are you saying here? Are you denying that another element of a thing does not exist, and only one element that maybe you subscribe to, which is unknown to me, whatever it is, it exists? Is just like some people will subscribe to one thing. One person is ultimate evil because of who they are, and the other person is a harmless lamb being picked on all the time because of who they are, and and they want to make it unlawful or taboo or wrong, or somebody else a monster just because you believe this, like, and intellectually bully somebody into having a free-thinking mind instead of being some kind of like bootlicking robot. And then that shit never works, because you lick the boots of one person, you're pissing somebody else off, and there's so many variations of a particular belief. You end up pissing somebody off. You end up pissing somebody off, and it becomes your own undoing. You might as well. You can either humor somebody so you don't get into a big argument, or just say fuck it. Okay, sometimes this is true, and sometimes this is true in these places, but that I'm just giving people a nutshell ballpark way that a free thinker would think. Kind of leave it open and try not to. They'll accuse you of double talking it or whatever, but you got what you'll. Most normal people will say, okay, this culture does this, and this culture has a version of this, and talk it into a worst case scenario on both sides, or take it the other angle and say, okay, but when you do all kind of a research and say all kind of cultures that are just as bad and all have guns, you know what I mean? And knowing that you're not born yesterday, their card would be, okay, the stuff that don't fit their narrative, that's all just a lie and fake news. Both sides play that too. Like I said, everybody's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And people that make mundane and cheap comments like that, you can tell right away, that's the way it is.